What's going on, guys? What is going on today? I'm sitting here looking through Twitter. I'm looking through everything going on. And there's one thing clear, man. One thing just vividly clear. Something that I think everyone within reason knows is true. So Xbox Studios, the people they're working with, they're setting up Xbox to be a beast house when it comes to games. They're setting out to have consistent games come out throughout the next couple years. No longer the term Xbox got no games, I feel, can be, realistically used these days. Now, obviously, we got to wait for these games to come out. And we got to actually see the quality and how they hit. Because clearly you can have 100 games. And if they don't hit correctly, it is irrelevant at that point. We got a couple games we're going to go over today. First thing I want to talk about is Fable. Everyone knows Baldur's Gate 3 was a phenomenal type of game, a very immersive game, very RPG driven game. So let's look at this, man. Let's look at this. Now we have a article from, as you could see, an article from WCCF Tech, and let's read. One of Baldur's Gate 3 producers joined Playground Games, the British development studio known for Forza Horizon series, which is also working on the next entry in the Fable series. As announced on LinkedIn, Ryan Clark, who worked at Larian Studios as a producer for 4 years, so he was pretty much there the entire time Baldur's Gate 3 was being developed, joined Playground Games this month as a senior producer, giving how good Baldur's Gate 3 game turned out. This is definitely good news for the next entry in the Fable franchise, of which we managed to see only a few months back. He's talking about when we saw the giant, facing around on the person. All right, what does this mean? We don't know. First off, I would expect this game to be coming. They're probably in the middle, if not, closing into the middle of full production on Fable. I don't know how much realistically this individual could change on the core mechanics of Fable, but he can give a lot of input, especially when it comes to how the RPG system is. There's a lot of input he can give that would be very beneficial to Microsoft. And I think that by itself is very key to him being there, and then not to mention, let's say Fable comes out and it's a massive success. It's nice to have someone that talented on the team to work further into the Fable franchise. I assume if the game does well, it's going to get a sequel. And I think that's pretty fantastic. What is a really good time to be an Xbox gamer? Because I feel like there's a lot of diversity when it comes to Xbox. I feel like they're trying to hit as many genres as possible. They're trying to give you reasons to own Xbox, to subscribe into Game Pass. I don't think they're pushing Xbox as hard as they used to, but they still want you to sell Xboxes. If they didn't, they would literally make everything for everything. Game Pass would still be on PC, would still be on Xbox, would still be on, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but it's going to be on the Quest 3. As you can see here, we actually saw some information turns on it. The Quest 3 is going to have the ability just to project a TV anywhere you want it to. And they're going to give you the cloud gaming portion of Xbox Game Pass. I don't know if it's Game Pass is for say, but the cloud gaming part. I don't know if you can just download anything or, play anything you own. It's just the Game Pass section of the stuff that's in cloud computing with that. It'll be playable on all Meta headsets during this October. It's like that little beta. This is another example of how Microsoft gaming is changing how they compete through collaboration. The reason what they're saying here is this isn't your normal type of way these gaming industry companies such as Microsoft, PlayStation, Nintendo, this is not how they would normally compete. I do think this is, forward thinking though, because I, for one, I don't speak very high of VR, but the Quest 3 definitely got my, got my looking at it a little bit. It's in the side angle in it. And I think something like this, especially if they have a huge hit with Quest 3 and you're able to just pay a $15 a month or whatever it would be at that time. I think it's 17 right now. And you would be able to get access to all those cloud games. I think that's that's very vital with this. You know, a lot of people don't want to admit when Microsoft is forward thinking and stuff, and putting Game Pass cloud service on Quest 3s, I feel like it's a huge forward thinking move. But not all things have extremely good news. You know, we actually this is a weird story. Let's pop it over here. So, according to Nora Shuckmek, she's a lighting and technical artist at Undead Labs ArtStation profile. State of Decay 3 is planned to be released in 2027. The post has since been deleted. So obviously, you know, we saw it with the Game Pass milestone where the individual on LinkedIn actually put it was over like 30 million subscribers on Game Pass, and after that post went viral a little bit, the post owner, the LinkedIn owner, went back and he actually edited and took that out. The same thing here. One thing I would say is 2027 is wild to me. It's like that's like what, 4 years off of the top they have now. You know, they announced State of Decay 3 a couple years ago. So at that point, I'll have like 7-8 years of development. Now, maybe they jumped the gun a little bit. Maybe they shouldn't have announced State of Decay so soon. I think that's probably where we're going. Maybe they're actually just now getting into, you know, post-production where they're going over the concepts of the world. And maybe she messed up and she put the wrong date on here. I hope that she messed up and she put the wrong date on here, because like, man, 2027, that's wild. But all I know is the longer this game takes to develop and the longer that it's lingering in, you know, especially Xbox gamers' minds, because they're going to be the one participating in State of Decay 3, it's going to give it more and more of a, you know, an unrealistic expectation, because it took so long. So people are going to expect, you know, more quality product, a game that doesn't have bugs in it that much because it was in the oven so long. Remember State of Decay 2, it had a lot of bugs coming out. So, you know, if you take into 2027 Undead Labs and Xbox to give us State of Decay 3, that game better come out and it better be chef's kiss, at least with, you know, the technical issues. Like, I don't want none of that, especially it being a development to 2027. Now, clearly this could be a mess up. Maybe that's the reason they took it off. It was just a clear mess up on their end. I don't know, because something like that doesn't sit right with me. What all of this really shows is Xbox is driven to give you the best games they can on their platform. Now, I mentioned earlier, you know, obviously it depends on the quality of these games. All of these games could come out and, you know, score low on Metacritic, not really well received, and that would be devastating for Microsoft. But I think if you truly believe all the studios that they bought, all the studios that they bought with Bethesda, the ones that is most likely to come with ABK, and they're just going to start making games differently and start getting a poor result, I think you're delusional at that point. You know, some of these, not all of them are going to hit. You know, some of the developing cycles, you know, is going to be, we thought something, but it didn't come out the way we wanted to. But they're going to get games like, you know, I would say Starfield is a key success. You know, it might be an 84 on Metacritic, but on PC it's an 87. And regardless, both scores are good. You know, I believe that you're going to get a hit with Avowed because Obsidian ain't really made bad games. You're most likely going to get the Outer Worlds 2 hitting too, because once again, Obsidian makes quality games. I think Hellblade 2 is going to be interesting. It's going to captivate a lot of eyes. You know, Microsoft is doing a really good job not only giving you titles to look forward to, their roadmap is just one hell of a show. It really is. Like, if you look at it, just the games that was leaked through Bethesda, just Bethesda, not Xbox Studios, not ABK if that deal goes through, just Bethesda alone could probably solo an entire generation just with those games on a platform, because there's multiple games a year. You mean to tell me we're going to be throwing like Fable on top of that? Gears, there was a post saying that Gears was supposed to come out in 2025 or 2026. I don't know. That kind of seems right. You know, they actually are giving them a lot more time. One thing you can really say about Xbox is they're giving these studios time to cook. There's no reason a lot of these studios can't make successful games, given the amount of time that they have. Because the amount of time is just absurd. Like, what, 7 years for State of Decay if it does come out in 2027? You know, one would think that with that much time you can make a very, very quality product. And then another would think that, you know, anything past 5 might be a development nightmare. And I think the product is going to be a result in that. If it's a good game, the 7 years was worth it. If it's not a good game, then maybe there was issues during that 7 years that Xbox should have addressed, or even perhaps cancel the game at that point if they don't think the end result is going to give them something that they want. But anyway, that is for the video. Put in the comment section below which one of these games are you guys looking forward to. And I also want you to put in the comment section below, when do you think State of Decay 3 is going to come out? You know, if you like this video, definitely hit that like button. It's always appreciated. Helps out the channel. And if you enjoy these type of videos, these, you know, going over the news, giving my own opinions on it, definitely put in the thing, you know, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon so it updates you when I'm going live with a video. I make videos pretty much every week at this point, at least 4 to 5 videos. But anyway, without any further ado, this is Gaming, and I'm out of here. Peace. 2027.